just about set to go now. And on the hill, Hurston Waldrop. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Okay, all set to go. And digging in for Philadelphia, Jackson Chourio. And a pitch. That one at 95 missed up top. And that's how this series begins.
First pitch, 7-10.
That's towards center. Rojas drifts towards it and puts the squeeze on that one. And a quick out, number one. And time now for the Phillies lineup. And a big part of it, a guy with a great track record, Bryce Harper.
Yeah, Boog, a member of the 500 home run club. I mean, you know, I fell just short of that myself, but you know the story. It's an exclusive list. And, you know, of all the most feared hitters, I mean, this guy is right there at the top. He loves going deep. He loves trotting around the bases. And you know what? I love watching him do it. He's got so much swag. Let's see if he's got something for us in this one.
Ripped on a line. Hat pulls it down, and there's two gone.
That is third. The first base
Two outs, base is empty. Now it's going to be Tristan Casas. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Half brings it in for the third out. It's the Phillies nothing. Braves coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back at Truist Park, our starter in this one, Junior Castro. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, you know this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your own individual stats, and you have to go out there and attack and try to get that W. And if you do that, you'll look up, and most likely that ERA will have dropped over time.
Michael Harris leading things off and takes a strike.
Starts him off with the breaking ball, which isn't surprising. They're trying to keep him off balance, but he's been known to connect on the breaking stuff too.
Next offering misses, and the count is 1-1. Wouldn't chase that time. The wind and the pitch. And that's off the inside edge. And now 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a pop off in foul ground. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Johan Rojas.
And Boog, he's a guy who loves coming up with the chance to drive in his teammates. It's like he finds another level of focus. Batting over 300 with runners in scoring position this season. And you know what? Because of that, I wonder if the guys in front of him will see some better pitches to hit, because you don't want to put any free base runners on with him looming in the on-deck circle.
That one is absolutely belted. Carter going back, dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
He was all over that one. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
So a man aboard, digging in, Luis Arias. Chopper right side. Johnson. Play is made, 2 out.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Matt Olson up to the plate.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
That one ripped, but foul. Two outs. And a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. Right side. Johnson gets it to first. That is the inning. Braves strand one, scoreless after 1. New inning getting started. Here's the Phillies DH, Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
Waldrop back to work. Fouled off to the right. And that one missing low. Time to check on our umpires. Earl Hendricks calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, well-liked umpire, Boog. Pretty consistent with his zone, so if you're familiar with him and how he works, you won't get too surprised by anything. Sometimes he'll give a little bit off the corner, but nothing too crazy at all.
And a pitch. And that misses off the outside edge.
It's a good take.
Kicks and fires. Not close with that one. And that's ball 3. And he walked him.
Well, that could be a tone setter for the inning. 4 straight pitches and the leadoff batter's on base. We'll see if the next guy waits until there's a called strike before he takes the bat off his shoulder.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. Now a high fly ball out to left center. They get the out on Acuna. And there's one down.
That is it. The catcher, Corey Lee.
Here's Corey Lee. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. There's a strike.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead. And
hauls it into a way.
From up here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
Evan Carter stands in for the Phillies. Chris, he's a former Hank Aaron Award winner, which means he was named the best overall offensive performer in his league. And there's the strike. And there's a ball.
Strike.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
2-1.
Moved to first, and he's back in easily. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Chop back up the middle. Tosses to first, and that is that. One left for Philadelphia. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Atlanta, bottom of the second. And here is Sosa to the plate. The lefty fires. Fouled off. He was late.
You know, he's been a tough out for a good stretch now. Pitchers just haven't been able to figure him out. He's been doing a really good job of getting on base as well.
And that's outside. That one missing inside. Foul off down the right side. Two now. Hit hard, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. It's a pretty good pitch down and away, but an even better job to go down there and get it while driving to the opposite field for the base hit. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Liover Peguero next up for the Braves. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Nothing here in the bottom of the second. That one fouled off.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Goes down looking.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first two pitches, but clearly that last one flew there. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after it.
Ian Happ up to hit.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently, working on a 5-game hitting streak.
Yeah, that skips into there. Cubs made Ian Happ a first-round pick in 2015. He played at the University of Cincinnati as an infielder. Played a little bit of outfield, but a guy in 2022. What a year, Chris. Both an all-star and a gold glover. Here comes a pitch. Swinging a foul straight back.
Yeah, and wins that gold glove as a left fielder, and it's a guy that was a pretty good center fielder as well. But you know, one of the things for him is just being able to be in the same spot every day. I think it increases the comfort level and allows that athletic ability to really shine.
Kicks and deals. Stays alive. And the pitch. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Hit on the ground, might be 2. The flip, one at second, and that's 2. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. We played 2 full. We're tied, 0-0. to the third inning. And now Termarr Johnson.
Termarr Johnson.
The pitch.
Ball, that's up.
Left-hand batter waits.
Ball outside.
A little bit low.
That's low.
Next offering is in for a strike. And a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Settles underneath it. And it's caught for the out.
Batting up, the shortstop, Carson.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Carson Williams. That catches the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Fastball for a strike.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
One down, base is empty. Got him swinging.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Next to hit, Jackson Chourio. First pitch, and he just misses. Top of the third, no score. Next pitch is outside.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
2 down, nobody on. On the ground to third. Slings to first, and the Phillies are set down in order. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. Still no score. As we go to the last of the third. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Akil Baddoo. The pitch. On the ground, right side. And that one handled on the run, sends it over to first. Not in time. He's safe.
That's why you run hard 90 feet. Take nothing for granted, especially when you've got great speed. I'll take the infield knock.
For the Braves, Andy Rodriguez. That's in there. Strike one. And here it comes. And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
The pitch. And ball 1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Line to left. Drops into the glove, and there's one down.
Now the designated hitter, Michael Harris.
So now the DH spot, Michael Harris. First time up was a pop out. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Baddoo leads off first with one away. Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
Man at second. Bounce to the left side. Whips it to Casas. Inning over. One left for Atlanta, and we are still scoreless. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Aiden Miller. Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. Misses outside, and it's 1-0. Miller, 25 years old, a former first-round pick in 2023. Next pitch in for a strike, and a count 1-1. And the right-hander deals to the left side, but it is well fouled. And now it's 1-2. That's down and in.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Two now. And another ball.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming off if he's wrong.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Struck him out. He says, I don't care about draft rounds. Take a seat. Tristan Casas, the next to hit. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. All tied up, top half of inning number 4. Upstairs.
No, that's up.
That one is upstairs. Fastball for a strike.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe not. If you're looking to swing in that count, that's the pitch you want.
And the righty deals. Ripped to short. Jump throw. He is safe, and that was bang, bang at first.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You gotta love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first, and not every shortstop can even make that play.
Go ahead run on base. Bryce Harper to the plate. Walked his first time. Just missed.
That's low. That's the ball.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Sizing this one up. They got it for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 13, Ronald Acuna Jr.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Ahead 0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got 4 pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's the 3rd out. 1 hit, 1 left. On now to the bottom of the 4th. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the second baseman, Luis Arias.
Oh, yeah.
Castro back to work. Inside,
that's
just missed. And
That's
another ball. Outside low, and it's 3-0.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
And there's the automatic. Ground ball to the right side. Gathers and throws to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Now back, first baseman, Matt Olson.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. Grounded out his first time. And there's the strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
The punch out there, and that quickly 2 away. Edmundo Sosa next up for the Braves. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. In for a strike, it's 0-1.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Casas pulls that one down, and that'll do it. Down in order go the Braves, and we're still knotted at 0. Back at Truist Park, we go to the top of the 5th. Here's the speedy catcher, Corey Lee. The pitch. And takes low for ball 1.
1-0.
And a good eye there.
That's the ball.
And that one is inside. And that's ball 4.
Ball 4. Runner take your base.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and the guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Go ahead run on base. And now for the Phillies, Evan Carter. Grounded out his first time. Runner takes off. And that one fouled off. All tied up, and we're at the top of the fifth. Outside low, and 1-1.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Late that time, and it's strike two.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Termarr Johnson. First offering, and it just misses. Lee on second. Carter on at first with nobody out. Next offering is downstairs.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Wouldn't chase that time. And they're all loaded up.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Carson Williams. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit. Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1.
Need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to mix.
On the ground to second, might be 2. He pulls into second as a run scores on the play. Quick recovery from the misplay pays off for the out. So the batting order turns over. Jackson Chourio stands in for the Phillies. Golden opportunity right here. Check swing, no appeal. That one at the knees for a strike. And a foul ball. 1 down, runners at second and third. And another ball.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. That's out number 2.
Well, I'd say he pretty much had to offer at that one. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
Now here is Aiden Miller. This to third, Sosa. Zips it across. They limit the damage here. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Phillies 1 and the Braves nothing. back here in Atlanta, and here is Leover Peguero. As the lefty gets to work. Just missed. Next offering is down low.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. And now the lefty. Swing and a pop-up. And there's one away.
Well, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or weak contact.
And next for Atlanta, Ian Happ.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
Strike one.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
Strike two.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. We'll see if he continues to climb the ladder.
One down, base is empty. Got him looking as the fastball runs back over the inside corner. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Akil Baddoo getting ready to hit. First pitch just misses. The Phillies up by a run. Last half of inning number 5. On a bounce right side. Casas steps on the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Braves. And the Braves go down quietly. They still trail 1-0. Tristan Casas now at the plate. 1 for 2.
Tristan Casas.
The right-hander back to work. Just missed. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Left-hand hitter waits. Bounce to the right side. And foul ball. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Usually when you see several pitches, you're going to get at least one that you might be able to do something with. But they didn't exactly challenge him in any way right there. And really, they just used his aggressiveness against him. I don't think he even got a pitch in the zone.
No, that's a good point, Siggy. He goes down on strikes, but not a single pitch was actually in the strike zone. And now here is Harper. And that one fouled off.
Here's something interesting. Lots of Braves have thrived here at Truist Park, but one guy who's done well as a visiting player, Bryce Harper. Over the first 6 years this park was open, he hit 12 homers in just 43 regular season games.
That one down the line. Steps on first for the out.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync, and the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Strike on the inside corner.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
He's got it. And that is out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Phillies 1 and the Braves nothing. Well, one-run game. Andy Rodriguez digs in now. He's 0 for 1. The line to kick the pitch. Hit in the air, left field. Brings it in. 1 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
One ball, no strike.
The wind of the pitch. That's in there. And that is strike 1.
1-1.
1 out, bases empty. Now the miss.
2-1.
Here's a 2-1. That's to third. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Well, I definitely think the speed down the line played a factor on that throw. He had more time than he thought, but as a fielder, the speed of the game and the speed of the runner sometimes can get in your head, and he just rushed it and failed to make a clean throw.
Man at first with 1 gone. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Johan Rojas. Castro keeping an eye on him. Late with the swing there.
0-1.
And a pitch. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Safe at second with a stolen base. Chris, his wheels were the difference maker on that play. Just got in there.
Yeah, with StatCast's help, we see his top speed on this stolen base, and that's a big number. I mean, man, he really made his athleticism work for him on that one.
Man at second. And misses inside.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
And the pitch. And a 2-1 hammered but foul. That's a little bit low.
That's a really good take.
Luis Arias waits on deck. And he deals. In the air, right side. That one gets down for a hit. Fires to the plate. It's off the break and he scores. It's 1-1.
Picks himself up an RBI. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a long dart in there, and he found a way. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Step off, throw to first. Rojas gets back easily. Luis Arias stands in. Line drive. 2 away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Here is Matt Olson.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one. You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, if he's going to steal second, You want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
At the belt and fires. That one finds the zone. That is strike two.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. 7th inning coming up. All tied 1-1. Here's the catcher, Corey Lee. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
The 1-0. Turned on, but foul wide of third. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Slings it across. They get him, but it was pretty close. Now the left fielder, Evan Carter. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. One down, base is empty. On the ground, right side. And that's just foul.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
And a pitch. Good eye in that spot.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike if he swings or not.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. That's it out.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
And that one is lifted in the air, moving under this one. And that is that. Edmundo Sosa getting ready to hit. A wind in the pitch. And that's in the dirt. And that's ball 1. Movement in the bullpen. Matt Brash, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Hayfie getting cranked up as well. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and that will fall. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Now batting,
Liover Peguero, the next to hit. In the air to left center. Carter pulls it in on the run.
the left fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
And now Ian Happ, the Happ Daddy.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
And that one fouled off.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. 1-1. One away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. To third. Miller goes to second for one, and that's two.
Well, we can never overstate it. Pitcher's best friend right there. Double play, gets out of the jam, saves some pitches.
Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Ronaldo Lopez.
And something to be aware of, the long ball has been a little bit of a problem for him this year.
Here's the shortstop at the play, Carson Williams.
Carson Williams.
The pitch. That one misses. 1-0. The shortstop takes the ball.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
And there's the automatic.
3-1.
Ground ball left side. Down the line, and it's foul.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
In the air, right field. Makes the grab, one away.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Chourio swings through it for strike one. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Jose Quijada appears to be getting loose. Mora also throwing. Here comes a pitch. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Allen finds a corner, and the count 1-2. Kicks and fires. Got it. That's the second out.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to stay on. You don't want to get beat inside. And as you see that pitch continue to run away from you, by the time it's in the catcher's mitt, you think it's a ball off the plate away.
And now for the Phillies, Aiden Miller. Late on that fastball.
No ball. 1 strike.
Two outs, base is empty. There's a strike. And that's outside. And the count is 1-2. Lopez gets the swing and the miss. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Down quickly go the Phillies. Score remains tied 1-1. On the mound now, Matt Brash. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And now the right fielder, Akil Baddoo.
This guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
The pitch. And a good eye there. This one ripped, but foul to the right. That one not close. And that's ball 2. Kicks and deals. That one's in there, and the count's even at 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him, man. You know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Here's the catcher to hit, Andy Rodriguez. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. All tied up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pitch misses. Ball 1. Action in the pen down there. JoJo Romero, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. One down, base is empty. In the air, left field, down the line, and that will drop foul. Righty to the plate. And another ball. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. He's got it. 2 down.
The batter, the designated hitter,
Michael Harris next up for the Braves.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. That one in there across the letters.
Well, we'll call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. 2 down, nobody on, as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. And that one in the air, center field. He's got it, and the inning is over. It's the 9th, and we are tied. Joshua Mora will take over here.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with a lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Tristan Casas, 1 for 3. And the pitch. And the slider just misses.
1-0.
And it's 1-1.
1-1.
Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1-2. Count.
Hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his own right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Here's Bryce Harper. And downstairs. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
1-1.
That clips the corner. To the right side. Olsen takes it himself, and that quickly 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Ronald Acuna Jr. will hit next. First pitch, and he just misses. And there's a ball. All tied up here at the top of the ninth. That missed inside. Ball 3. Corey Lee in the on-deck circle. In for a strike. And now 3-1. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No, down the valley. And here in the late stages, they had the lead. So he goes yard to left. And they jump out front. It's 2-1.
That right there is a game changer, and it might end up being the most important swing of the game. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 away with nobody on. And here's the catcher, Corey Lee. There's a strike, 95 of that one.
Well, on the mound, this is a spot where he's got to treat this as a clean inning. Forget about the home run. Forget about now being behind on the scoreboard. Start fresh and get those hitters back up to the plate as quickly as possible.
Next offering is in for a strike. And ball 1.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Struck him out looking. And some late inning drama here in the ninth as this homer gives them the lead. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Out of the bullpen for the Phillies, Abner Uribe.
Oh, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Now the number 2 hitter, Johan Rojas.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still the only run of the game so far.
The pitch. Outside low, and that's ball 1.
Now, Blue, this is a real tough place for visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swings and misses.
1-1.
And the count 1-1. And another ball.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far. He doesn't look anxious at all.
And that's through there for a strike.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
One-run game, bottom 9.
Count is full.
And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
No outs. Runner at first. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Arias. That's in for a strike. Righty delivers. Runner on the move. That one the other way. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away. And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
Uribe picks over Rojas. Back on a dive.
He's got plus speed, but in this situation, all eyes are going to be over there trying to keep his lead tight.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. And the right-hander deals. Runner on the go. Save at second, and that was not close.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
Bottom of the ninth, down a run, and tying run on second base. On the ground, and it goes just foul. So the tying run at second. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick out.
Oh, this one's blasted. High and deep. It's on its way. Out of here. Ball game. A massive home run. And the Braves walk it off for the win.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing at the bat, nice win for the team.
A 3-2 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
The final run score for our ball game. For the victorious Atlanta Braves, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 5 runners on base. For Philadelphia, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. They left 4 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 55 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Braves and everyone at Truist Park, we'd like to thank you for attending and remind you to please drive home safely. Thank you.